Heed what the ancients did say, and live in the righteous way, and keep it up every day. And don't you go astray, many are lost in dismay. That's why they cannot stay, by your words you must get paid. And if not, you're
Learn to think. For so long being told what to think, how to think, when to think, thinking that was the right way to think, thinking thoughts that have been squeezed into a tightly contained box, limiting thoughts that make desolate any ability to expand the mind or improve living conditions. Where is that sense of adventure that once played such a big part in our lives during those carefree childhood days? Every day investigating and analysing what opportunities there could be to break through into new frontiers and extend our trodden boundaries. Those happy days of my childhood, being a member of the cool gang, the in crowd, the crew. A joy to be a part of one body, a kind of family. But gradually with maturity comes a realization and a need to be independent and free. Sometimes thinking outside of the box. Could that really be so far outside of the ordinary? All of a sudden, stubbornly refusing to be told what to think, how to think, and when to think. Living in an unsatisfactory and sorry state, now I am starting to remember how to really think. What else could there be for anybody to do if there was really a way to arrive once again at that position in life of natural contentment and universal harmony? Harmony and unity. One destination with so many ways to get there. Can there ever be any kind of agreement when everybody seems to know better than the other? Carving out a novel singular way to find fame and success, only to find the barrier ahead too tough to overcome. There's got to be a better way to overcome diversity than a selfish desire for gratification and glory. Maybe it is time to develop a new visionary strategy. One that would render the impassable significantly reduced in stature to make it easily passable. Alone, the barrier is too great to be tackled, the singular force pushing against it too weak for the task. But what if we were to multiply that force of one by 2, 3, 4 or more? Encouraged to operate inseparably as a greater force of oneness, like when several cups filled with water are poured into the same bucket. Now the cement bonding the different parts of the impossible barrier will start to crumble, and the dawning of a new day and a new way can at last be seen on the horizon. I'm looking forward to that day when finally the barriers that keeps my heart shackled to pain and desperation are brought down once and for all, acknowledged almost as if they had never been there, but never forgetting that it was the hard work and solidarity of the many for one cause that ultimately brought to us such a rewarding outcome. Censure. Is it possible to tread carefully, never causing offence to anybody when offence is so easily taken? Should I speak the truth, my truth, those hidden truths, and not care for the discomfort it may cause? Politeness is one of the greatest kindnesses, but what is its value if its only purpose is to suppress the truth? In my heart, there is a clarity of purpose, a vision of how I would like things to be. Why should it not be an offence to me that somebody should take offence to the very beating rhythm that is, and always will be, so central to the essence of who I am? Surely, if I am motivated by a spirit of fairness, tolerance and love, any offence that could be felt by anybody is at best overspent and misguided. Therefore I must stand firm with bravery, ready to speak my truth whenever it is necessary, not forgetting that hearts are gentle and should be treated in that way, but maintaining with dignity a strong-willed determination and focus for the sake of self-preservation and truth. Learning to read. As a child, I would watch my father sitting and reading and writing and then reading again. A fascinating game. A game that I would soon begin to imitate, scribbling words upon words and more words onto any piece of paper that I could find. Oh, the magic of those words that could have no meaning, yet are full of every meaning. Seen but not spoken, silent and still whilst painting a picture triggering many emotions. These words didn't speak to me of the sadness and pains of this world, for those forces in reality were still unknown to me. Isn't blindness bliss? Someone once said, out of the darkness must come the light, and it is at that moment, with removed blinkers, that you first begin to acknowledge the full visual range and its peripheral potential. But what is this thing delivered from out of the clutches of this new light? Could it be that that thing that I had desired to know was in fact a poison chalice, planted with the intention of causing its victims to become drunken and easily misled? Now as I stagger out of a drunken stupor, my earliest scribbles, which were filled with words and dreams of hope and a future life in balance with all things natural, were now like a foreign language to me. Now, all I can see in front of me when I start to read under this new light is that sickening old doomsday prophecy, depraved and morbid. The forces of sadness and pain becoming too much of a reality in my life to bear, as the many tears begin to fall like rain. They say light brings clarity of vision, but that is true only when not shone straight into the eyes. Perhaps it would be better if we just faded back into the darkness. a mastery of self. As a child, like any other, I was an unguarded weakling trying to function in a land of giants, unaware of the nature of this world and all the new waves and changes that it would, in time, bring into being. Ever fearful of the monsters that might show up at my door under the cover of the night, or even encroaching unashamedly into the daylight hours. But no matter what storm clouds had gone or were still to come, always feeling fortunate enough to have that precious vision of love, enjoying the unfailing protection of caring parents. Born with a natural expectation that life would bring a variety of opportunities with its fair share of open doors, the reality, as it was determined to be, would gradually begin to reveal. Time and time again, closed doors and more closed doors, sometimes even searching for the closed doors in preference to the one that might be open. Yet all the time, who I am, or the person who I was meant to be, is being eaten away, leaving behind something of a severely wounded beast, lacking in self-esteem, whilst trying to keep a tight grip on that last surviving piece of dignity. But if I am to survive, I must rise. So, like a tree, I start to grow, getting bigger and stronger every day, in harmony with nature and its principled cause, standing firm and strong against the raging storms that had previously brought me down. Letting nature play its role to be my guide and uncovering a newfound strength, an energy and a force radiating from within, a spiritual inner strength like a shield of gold, not visible to the searching eye, but exercised like a blazing stream throughout every part of the physical body, as if in an alternative reality, one with a guardian angel looking down from above. It is no more. No more to be so easily stirred by the turbulent waves of distress and misery, but maintaining an assured self-control with a determination never to allow the first stumble at the hurdles of life to be made into the last. Our women are warriors. That elegant figure in the distance, Prudence is her name. So fitting for such a beautiful name to be given to a personality as graceful and as shrewd as she. A motherly guiding figure with the well-being of all of those who were called her children, ever present at the forefront of her mind. Where fools rushed in, she calmly stood back and patiently waited, because time is her servant. Even the veterans became humble in her presence, and in awe marvelled at what they thought must be extrasensory perception, often mistakenly characterized as being the evil forces of witchcraft. For her children, it could only be a blessing from the heavens. But I wonder which of the crafts is practiced in achieving a bloodless victory like hers, the kind that would make even the cold blood of demons boil. Only angels could be gifted with the power to keep her wise and alert to the matter at hand, allowing her to sprinkle a touch of magic into that otherwise bloody arena of death. Very assuredly, she asserts her strong opinion. There is more to winning a battle than the violent pursuit of lives to erase. She sings to a chorus of drums. The victory that she will lead will be bedded on a foundation of considered foresight, tactical intelligence, and a sweetening balance of diplomacy. Prudence is her name, and it couldn't have been any other way.
Heed what the ancients did say, and live in the righteous way, and keep it up every day. And don't you go astray, many are lost in dismay. That's why they cannot stay, by your words you must get paid.